one-on-one conversation. 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comings with the it factor. It's the Jazzy K War coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, have fun, some smiles, a few laughs.
Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to another show of Jazzy After Dark Artist Talk. Again, I know we're just coming off of Thanksgiving, but again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Hope you had a safe and blessed Thanksgiving, with so much going on around the world. But thank you for welcoming me into your homes, wherever you are across the world. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. My special guest tonight is national recording artist VANN BURCHFIELD. Super excited to have this up close and personal conversation with my friend tonight again, right here on Artist Talk. But first, let me give you a snippet of what's stored tonight. Hey, I was over here jamming, and that's VANN BURCHFIELD. That's his latest, that's his new release called Keep Pressing On. And we're going to talk about that a little later. So let's show a lot of love. Let's start sharing those videos, and let's welcome our special guest tonight, national recording artist, saxophonist, VANN BURCHFIELD, to Artist Talk.
Jazzy. Hey, man.
Happy Monday to you. So glad to see you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Glad to see you too. It's been a while, my friend.
It's been a while. I think has it been about 2-3 years?
There you go. About 2.5 years back in the summer down in Montgomery. Yeah.
That's
good
right.
Memory.
I think that was jazz. We've changed our names quite a bit. It was Jazz on the Grass. I wasn't sure if it was the Nat King Cole Jazz Fest.
That was it. Nat King Cole.
You put on a spectacular show. You, Lindsay Webster. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah. Not to mention the incredible Miss Kim Scott.
That's right. Miss Kim Scott. I can't forget my friend
right.
Kim Scott. Also wonderful. But I'm super excited to have this up close and personal conversation with you again. But first, I have to ask you, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was really good. It was basically laid back. We just had 2 people come over,
Okay.
and we have a big 12-foot table that we had everyone social distancing 6 foot apart. So it
Yeah.
worked out, and I was able to have my 81-year-old mom
Oh,
and my stepdaughter Kirsten come. So my wife and I and Kirsten and my mom, and it was wonderful. Thank you for asking.
that is super, super great. But just switching gears a little bit, man, since March, this pandemic has affected everyone all
Oh
across
yeah,
the world, right?
yeah,
So it's been good or bad, and I can even say for me, uh, it's sometimes I procrastinate about a few things, man.
yeah.
So it's given me the time to say, hey, things that I needed to do.
Right.
It
Yeah.
gave me that opportunity to work on. So it's been good, bad. How have you navigated through this?
Well, as a recording artist, as a record producer, I seized the moment. The
Right.
first couple of weeks, we was unsure how long this was going to last. I
Mhm.
did yard work, cleaned up the garage, waxed my car, cleaned up around the place. But after about a week and a half to 2 weeks of that, I
Yeah.
was going crazy.
Me
I
too.
have to get my fix literally every day with these horns. Most people don't know this about me, but I practice between 2 and 3 hours every day, and I've been
Yeah.
playing for over 40 years. But
Wow.
we can't have drummers and keyboardists and bass players and guitar players come in. So
Right.
COVID has literally allowed me to go in deeper in my musical journey and hone my skills even more. I'm doing this because I played the piano before I ever picked up a saxophone.
Oh
I
wow.
took piano lessons when I was 6 years old. And then
Okay.
I got my first guitar when I was 10. It wasn't until I was 12 years old before I got my first saxophone. So I love all instruments. And, when music's in you, it's going to come out. It doesn't matter if it's on a good set of drums or if it's on a good guitar or
Right.
on the keys. It just happens to be the saxophone and me. We just really get along real good.
That's amazing. I did agree. Was that what your grandparents at the age of 10 when you first picked up the saxophone?
Yeah, I was 10. I was over at my grandparents' home and I was going through some back rooms and I found an old saxophone in the closet. And that was really what started me back in at early age to go ahead and start playing the saxophone as well.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so outside of music, Van, if you couldn't do music, what else would you be doing besides that that we may
I
not
don't
know
know.
about?
That's a good question. I don't think anyone's asked me that. Um, Goodness. I love being around people. I'd probably get a job working, at a record store or a music store, someplace having to do with music and people, I guess.
Right. When I think about that too, music has changed so much, right? So, when I was growing up, with music, nowadays with artists, you could go into, I won't name all those stores, but music stores, and you could actually, I would stay in there for hours
Right.
and go through albums, CDs. How do I know we have to change with the times, but how do you feel about how the industry has changed, maybe since you started up until today?
Well, even back in the 70s and 80s, I was only into the pop and the R&B scene.
Okay.
And I knew of a lot of bad record labels. The poor artists were out there just starving, staying in just low rate hotels. And the managers were being wined and dined and driven around in limos. And they made most of the money. And so the artists really didn't. But then when it changed over, I think Napster and all of the online streaming um, venues started popping up, it did give an opportunity for artists who were not signed to be heard. Now, I've been signed with labels before, and I've been independent before. And I will tell you, it is so much better for me
Okay.
to be independent. I don't want someone telling me I have to write a fast song and it has to only go for 3 minutes and 32 seconds. I can't do this in the solo section. I don't like people telling me how the music has to be.
Right.
So it has good and bad. I don't really like the way it is through COVID, but I fully understand we need to stay safe and disciplined to protect everybody.
Right. So when you mentioned COVID, when you being independent, man, versus being on a label,
Right.
how has the pandemic affected your craft as far? I mean, it's affected all of us as far as travel, and I know you can do some venues, but has that been a lot of challenges for you?
It has, and if I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, I would
Yeah.
be very discouraged. I've literally, I have some of the most, the best saxophones that have ever been made. I have Selmer Paris Mark VI. I'll show you here.
Okay. Oh wow,
These are the Selmer Mark VIs that
that's beautiful.
most, all pros play. And I used to have a lot of them, but I had to sell one of mine in the beginning of COVID. That horn, I was lucky. It brought over $15,000 for that one saxophone. So
Wow.
it was, I have a lot of investments in my horns and my musical equipment. And if I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, I'd be having to start selling everything. But I'm holding on.
You're
And
holding
the name
on.
of the album that I've been working on is called Keep Pressing On.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm doing, and just hoping that this will all be over with soon.
soon. Well, I think, Van, that is like the perfect title. Keep pressing on, because I think with all of us, that's what we're all doing. Keep pressing on. The song is simply amazing. The new song, Keep Pressing On. And everybody, if you have not heard Van's song, Keep Pressing On, shame on you.
Nah, it takes time to get it going, get it out there.
Yeah, I understand. But you can also check Van out at VANNBURCHFIELD.com. And on this particular track, Van, who did you work with on this particular song?
On this particular song, I had an incredible drummer. Most people in Alabama know who PJ Spraggins is, but then PJ's been to China. He's been to the Bahamas. He's been to he's been all over. And I was honored to have PJ Spraggins play the drums.
Okay.
Let's see who else I had. Vale Johnson is, you've heard of him. He's been with Kenny G for the last 33 years. Vale Johnson's on bass. A friend of mine, Kevin Taylor's on keys. And I'm playing sax.
And you're playing sax.
Yeah.
Well, what? I would love for you to play some of that for us,
Sure.
right here on Artist Talk. But for everyone that's joining the show, we're going to take a break, and we're going to have national recording artist, saxophonist Van Burchfield right after this. Hey guys, this is Jazzy K. Ward, and I'm so excited to tell you about this new show called Featured Fridays. It's about musicians, writers, actors, anybody that has that it factor, showcasing their new music, new projects, and you're going to have it right here with Jazzy K. Ward. I hope to see you there. Hey guys, this is Jazzy K. Ward. You need to get your KWARD radio mask. And if you don't have one, shame on you. Well, you can still get them. They're only $15, $5 for shipping. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you soon.
Jazzy caroling through the night at this Christmas, very special Christmas for me.
it's that holiday season, my favorite time of the year. And again, everyone, welcome to Jazzy After Dark Artist Talk. My special guest tonight is national recording artist, saxophonist Van Burchfield, and he's going to play his new release, and it's simply titled "Keep Pressing On." We're ready when you are, man.
Here we go.
Hey, oh, wow.
All right.
I mean, that's amazing. Van, that is simply amazing. And I've had the opportunity to see you perform live. And boy, when I say you put on an amazing show. That I
Thank you.
absolutely love that song.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a cool groove. I just came up with it here in this very room. A lot of grooves. I've got some grooves that I'm working on that I'm
Okay.
still in the process. The album is going to be released March 1st. So I've got a
Okay.
little bit of time. I'm going to do some Christmas videos the next week, do
Okay.
some interviews there, do some things. And then end of December, first part of January, this is what I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, this song, I just kind of got a sense in my spirit that I needed to title this
Okay.
I'm holding on,
I'm holding on.
or hold on. I
Hold on.
hadn't got the title for locked in yet, but
Okay.
it's a bluesy groove, in the blues, man, when you're down and you got the blues, I mean, sometimes words don't, you can't express it through words. You have to express it through music. And that's
Right.
what this song does. And I got to have a little organ. I'm going to give you an example. Since I'm able to produce these songs, I
Right.
have to come up with a lot of these ideas. So I'm going to give you an idea of how it is to create a song.
Okay. Great.
All right, we're going to have a little organ. All right, so here's the song. I'm holding on.
Holding on.
So there you go. Now, guys, I'm telling you, I have way too much fun in my studio. This is my drug. This keeps me out of trouble, keeps me off the streets. This just allows me to be right here producing songs, creating vibes and grooves and rhythms that I hope will go out and speak to people. And you can kind of feel where I'm at as I'm writing and producing the song.
Right. Amazing. You know what? I was listening to that. I was like, it's VANN is taking us to church. I felt a lot of soul in that.
That's what that organ can do, man. I got that Leslie going to Hammond B3. Yeah.
Right. So great. Let me ask you, who inspired you, or who inspired you to make music?
Goodness. We had a piano at the house. I always just had the gift of music. I literally could listen to a song on the radio and go in there and play it on the piano within, 10 minutes, play by ear. So when the fourth grade came around and the elementary school band director said, "Do you want to be in the band?" I said, "Sure, yeah." So I really didn't have any influence on me at 10 or 12 years old. It was just always a part of my life.
Okay.
If I was to ever give kudos to an artist, once I really started playing the sax, first it was Grover Washington Jr.
Okay.
I just felt what he was doing with his horns, and then I always followed Dave Sanborn,
Of
and
course.
then when I got this little girl, soprano, I started following Kenny G because he was probably the only one who was really playing a soprano at that time. This is not a clarinet. It's not a shiny clarinet. It is a soprano sax.
Okay.
And I just started following Kenny probably the last 20 years just to be able to identify with a soprano sax.
Okay. Amazing. Since you brought that up, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about what February of 2000, you set a new Guinness World Record, right?
Yeah, you're bringing back 21, 22 years ago. Yeah, I do remember that night. It was a grueling, arduous night.
Right. So you were, for 47 minutes and 6 seconds,
Yes.
you surpassed Kenny G's record for 45 minutes and 47 seconds.
That is
And
correct.
Holding a note with your saxophone?
Yeah. I'll give you an example. Now, I'm breathing the whole time, but I learned to be able to breathe in through my nose, trap enough air in my mouth long enough to use these muscles, air into that horn while I take a couple of quick breaths. And I'll give you an example of what it's like.
Okay.
See, I was breathing the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw Kenny G and Tony Braxton was in I think it was at the Botwell Auditorium in Birmingham.
Um, I saw them together back in the 90s, and I thought it was down at the Civic Center.
Okay,
I may be
you know
wrong.
what? It was the Birmingham Jefferson
Yeah,
Civic.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
where, yeah, I was there that same night. Cool.
that's and when I was like, wow, he was the first person, with a saxophone. He walked around that whole auditorium almost.
He did, yes.
He did. So, that takes skills and practice, I'm sure, right, man?
It does, but there has to be an inherent amount of gift. I call it from God. I don't know where it comes from. I can just sit down and play. And I know Kenny has that gift. That's what you have to start with. Yes. I mean, I know Kenny. I've gone backstage and talked to him. We don't ever discuss the Guinness World Record. We did once, but I won't do that again. No, he was very nice. But you do have to have some element of talent first.
Right.
In junior high and high school, they test you first to see if you even have an ear to hear the notes changing. Some people can't hear, and they call that tone deaf. So, yes, once you have that talent and the ability discovered, man, you can run with it. But I've been playing for 40-something years, and there's so many things I still want to do. There's a lot more that I want to do.
Right. Any other artists that you would like to, work with in the future?
Oh my goodness, yes. There are the local artists, and I love PJ Spraggins. He's a great drummer. I've worked with him before. I've been on a few things with Kim Scott, but we've never recorded anything.
Okay.
Kelvin Wooten is an incredible record producer. He almost gets a Grammy nod every year. And I see, I'm on the Academy of Arts, and so I vote in that Academy with the Grammys. So I see all these people's names and people that yes, I would love to work with. There's a lot of artists that I'd love to work with, but those were some of the local people that I know.
Yeah. So, Van, for someone watching, this,
Yes.
and, I know you've been in this industry for quite some time. Any advice you can share with them for someone who wants to follow your same path?
Yeah, the biggest and the best advice I can give you is only do it because it's your passion. That you want to do it because you want to make music and enjoy the process of making music and then playing music. Don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the recognition. Don't do it for the fame. Only do it because it's your passion. Because if it's your passion, you're going to do it further, longer, and harder than someone who's just doing it for a paycheck. So you're going to be sitting alone a lot. And I have to tell myself all the time, Van, if you want to soar with the eagles, you're going to have to do it alone sometimes. I'm in my studio 8 hours a day and never see anyone and never talk to anyone. It's a sacrifice and a dedication. So make sure you want to do it for the right reason. And I would just encourage you to just go full steam ahead.
That's some great advice, Van. So what's next for Van? I know the new project's coming out next year sometime.
Yes, March the 1st. I'm going to continue to maintain until the shots are out and the people who need the shots first. I'm still a little leery about taking the shot, but I'm not going to be one of the first ones. I want to kind of get a general consensus that it's going to be safe. But if we do have the CDC who has gone through the same procedure with, my goodness, the flu shot every year and the mumps and the measles and, all the other shots that have to go through the CDC, I feel very good that once it's been approved and all the testing is done, that I'm going to get it as well.
Right. Yeah. Because we want everyone to be safe. Right?
Yes. First and foremost, if you don't have your health, excuse me, my southern drawl, you ain't got nothing. You got to have your health.
You have to have your health. And
Yes.
I know this is probably kind of up in the air, but as far as you performing anywhere locally, I know you perform at the Perfect Note, places
I,
like that.
I did. And, you know, the big stage, like the touring and the stuff,
Yeah,
nothing is materializing yet. And I fully understand.
right.
I'm hopeful. Believe
Yeah,
all things, hope all things, anything virtuous, lovely, good report, praiseworthy, as the Bible says. Yeah, I'm hoping, but we're just
okay,
gonna have to wait and make sure that it's the all clear is good to go.
good to go. So
Yeah.
Van, tell us how we can, support you, support your music. Where can, anyone watching this, where can they go purchase your music from?
Now, the best and the quickest is just to go to my website at vanbirchfield.com. You click on and you can buy it. We'll send the CDs out to you the next day.
Let's make
That's the quickest and the easiest. If you just want to listen, I don't know if you know, but I do have my own iHeart radio station.
okay.
I'm on Apple Music. I'm on all of the digital streaming stations. So you just Google my name and you can find me anywhere.
You can find me. And I have the link, the website right here. Go to
Great. Awesome. With two
vanbirchfield.com.
N's.
Yeah, two ends. Man,
Yeah.
so man, with the holidays coming up, what are, any Christmas music, anything coming up?
I am going to spend this entire next week shooting all Christmas videos with I have 3 Christmas albums out,
Right.
and I'm going to take 2 or 3 songs off of each album. And my beautiful wife, Carla, is decorating the home so it'll be all nice and it look Christmassy. And
Yeah.
so yeah, well, that's what I'll be doing for the next week or so, and then I'll just upload those through Facebook, YouTube, and things through the holidays. Then after the holidays, it's staying focused on getting the album finished and getting it ready to go out March the 1st.
Off the verse. Well,
Yeah,
man, I would love for you to come back, anytime on the platform, hey, and talk
great,
about the new album.
wonderful. I'd love to. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being my special guest on Jazzy After Dark Artist Talk. And you're going to leave us with a beautiful Christmas song.
Sure. Yeah. Let me do Silent Night.
Okay. Again, everyone, I'm your host, Jazzy K. Ward. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. My special guest, national recording artist, and remember, take care of yourself and be kind to others. Good night.
A live one-on-one conversation, 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comings with the it factor. It's the Jazzy K War coming at ya.